Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Runescape Let's Play? I don't know what to call this, it's still weird. It's just me doing random quests, but I like it. So today we're doing the Nature Spirit quest. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Ah, there it is. Now you need to do the Restless Ghost quest and Priest in Peril first, then you unlock it. So talk to the monk here. He will set us on our way. Now this, well, the quest before this, Priest in Peril, unlocks the location in the world that we can do this quest in. It's Mauritania? It's kind of like, I don't know, a spooky... It's the spooky place. It's not really Halloween, but it has ghosts, it has vampires, it has werewolves. It's that kind of a theme. So he wants us to search for a man named Philemon Tarlock, or something. Yeah, Tarlock, sorry. I kind of skimmed through this a little too quickly. So, he's off in the swamp here, and this swamp is horrible. Oh man. Yeah, it is a dangerous swamp. What you want to do is you want to make sure you have some food handy. Luckily, on this side of the, well, Varrock is the other bank that you can get to, but that's a heck of a walk. There's one that's much closer after you do the quest. You have to go through a barrier to enter Mauritania. You always have to go through this crypt. So, once you unlock it, you should probably go to the other town if you need to access a bank. And it's just down the road, a little further east from the swamp. Yep, he keeps warning me how dangerous the swamp is. But one thing you can do to protect yourself, actually, is to put some food in your inventory. The thing, he actually gives you some food, some pies, to give to the druid that's been out there. Because he helps people who get lost in the swamp, so he's a good guy. He just wants you to check in on him. But one thing you can do, actually, that food will help you too. So, I loaded up on some cakes, though, in addition. You also should grab a silver sickle beforehand. So you have to get one later. Now, what the food does is these ghasts, you can't attack them. Yeah, see, here's the map. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here just a little bit. Yeah, you have to walk all the way to this temple to get here. And up into the crypt and out. There is a shortcut, but I didn't have enough agility to use it. Okay. Now I think I can talk about the ghasts. They're ghosts, and they're ghosts you can't attack. They'll keep harassing you the whole time you're in the swamp, too. If you have food in your inventory, though, they'll go after the food first. And they actually destroy the food, they rot it. God, another warning about the swamp being dangerous. But here we go. As you'll see, these guys are complete jerks. But if you have some food, they really can't hurt you. And they're all over the place, too. They're really hard to see. You can just barely make them out against the swamp. See, I already lost some food. Just work your way down to the southern part of the swamp, and you'll be fine. Gosh, there's like 4 of them on me right now. And once you're done being lost in the swamp, head around the west side of this island and jump over this bridge. This will get you to the center here where there's a little island. This is the residence of that druid that we're looking for. First things first, go over to this bench and collect this bowl. Underneath the bowl you'll find a mirror. You're going to need it for this next part of the quest. Here we go, we found Philemon. And unfortunately, the priest was right to be worried about him. It appears that he is quite dead. Fortunately, he's not getting the hint that he might have passed on. So even though you're using an amulet of ghost speak to talk to him, he thinks you're the ghost. Now, your clue here is... Yep, that in no way reflects the truth. So, yeah, reflects the truth. Find the mirror, use the mirror on him. Pretty simple. And it's one of the only couple things you can find around here, too. After you find the mirror, he will finally believe you. And we can get this quest going. This mirror must somehow be dysfunctional. God, this guy. And there's going to be another clue in the dialogue for the next step. He's not quite sure what he was doing before he passed on. But he wants you to find his journal. He doesn't know where it is. And they give you yet another clue in the text. Let's see... Yeah, where did I put my journal? And he disappeared on me. Yeah, this will happen a lot. As you're talking to him, he'll disappear very shortly. It's hard to just read the dialogue and click through it without him just disappearing. He goes very quickly, and you have to keep clicking on the Enter Grotto option on that cave for him to show up. This actually kind of stumped me for a second. I wasn't sure if there was something else I needed to do, but I couldn't figure it out. And the clue is that it's something to do with knots. It finally dawned on me that maybe it's like the knot of a tree, or the roots are knotted up and it's hidden in there or something, so I decided to use the search option on the grotto tree, and I got lucky and found it. I thought I was taking a shot in the dark, but it's pretty much what you need to do. So now we have this journal, we can help him. And he disappeared on me again. Oh boy. And you have to use the journal on him. You can't talk to him about it. You're like, hey, I found it. You just use it on him. You can't even read it. I mean, there's a couple bits that it gives you some clues for the next step. But he'll tell you those clues anyway, even though he takes the journal from you. Looks like I came to a violent and bitter end, but that's not important now. Well, I guess if you're already a ghost, it's not important, for sure. So... what are his options now that he's dead? What can this guy do? So he was a great druid of some power. He spent many years in this place, and it was once a forest. And he wishes to protect it as a nature spirit. I think that's noble. That sounds like a good thing that we could do for the land, considering it's a crap hole right now. He doesn't quite remember how to become a nature spirit, though. And there's some entries in the journal saying how to do that, but they're a little vague, and here we go with more puzzles. We need something with faith, something from nature, and something of the spirit to become. So what does this mean? So it was a little bit confusing to me too, how this works. He advised you to go talk to the clergyman back where we came from, who knows of him, that he can help you, that he can bless you so you can cast the spell that he gives you. You have the spell now, and you still need the sickle, by the way. The sickle will come in handy later. We're back at the temple. Talk to the priest here. I like how my character doesn't mention that he died. He's just like, I'm helping him become a nature spirit. And he's like, okay. And then he drops a very inappropriate joke. But yeah, bless me already. Others, very well. You're blessed. There you go. If you notice, he says, there seems to be something of the faith about you. So that's your clue that you're the thing of faith. And then when you go back to the swamp, use the spell on one of the logs here, and it'll grow fungus on it. Collect the fungus, and hey, that's probably something of nature. And when you get back here, finally, it took me a while to figure this out too. Place a fungus on the stone. It's left one here. And then the spell was something of the spirit to be, it was he gave it to you, so it's something from him. So place the use spell on the other stone, which I chose the right one here. I don't know if it matters. And it took the items, so hopefully it worked. Something of faith. How is this going to work? I think I should maybe stand on the stone. Maybe that will work. So looking at and trying to enter the grotto again causes the ghost to come out. Cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk on the stone and then talk to him again. And I think I've solved the puzzle. So he's all cool. Let's see if it worked. Druid attempts to cast a spell. And he says everything worked just fine. Now we can enter the grotto finally. Back in here. It's kind of nice. Little cave. Has a tree and a fountain or spring. I guess this was all made before the place turned into a crappy swamp. Trying to search the grotto causes the ghost to show up. Speaking with him again, and he should become the nature spirit now. And voila! He is the green ghost now. Cool. And his name actually turned to Nature Spirit, which is interesting. He says, bring him a silver sickle and he will bless it, and you can use it to fight the ghasts. We just grabbed one before we came here and handed it over to him. And the item name will actually change to Silver Sickle parentheses B. The B is for bless, obviously. And what happens is, it lets you cast that druid spell that we used before. But what that does is it drains your prayer points a little bit every time you cast it. But you need to do this if you're going to be fighting ghasts. Why you'd want to fight ghasts? Well, if you were going through the swamp, it's kind of nice. And there's actually a few hunting slayer targets, where they want you to fight ghasts. And you kind of need to have this to do that in the first place. So he wants to turn this place into an altar of nature. But he wants to make sure the ghasts will stay away. So he wants you to kill a few of them. Well, doing so will release the spirits, and it's a nice thing to do. He gives you this druid pouch, where if you ever lose it, you can find another one here inside the grotto. And what you need to do is cast that spell on logs again, and you'll get a whole bunch of... Wait, what? Back to come perform a mime show? Sure? What the hell? Okay, now that nonsense is gone. So, find some logs and cast Bloom using the sickle. You'll get some fungus. When you get enough fungus, you can put it in the druid pouch. You can see there's a number 3 by there. You have to do this in 3s for some reason. But once you have 3, fill in the pouch. See, you're at 6, and then whenever a ghast attacks you, it'll automatically make it corporeal. Well, it'll make it visible enough, and you can now fight it. So yeah, you battle with 3 of these ghasts, and you'll be done with this quest, pretty much. It's a good idea to probably fill up your druid pouch while you're out here doing this, because, I mean, you're probably going to do Slayer at some point, or you're wanting to do Slayer. It's worth it to fill up the pouch now. You don't have to come back here every time. At least I think you need this to kill the ghast needed for Slayer. I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure you do, though. But look, there's already like 3 or 4 ghasts trying to get to me. But anyway, once you've killed 3, return to the grotto. talk to the nature spirit. And we are done. He's going to work his magic on the grotto, as you're going to see here in a second. Turning it into an altar of nature. Pretty cool. We get some crafting EXP, some hit points, and defense EXP. So, it's worth it. It's a good quest to do. Oh god, that crafting level. But I like this quest. It's one of the few times where I felt like I really did something good in this game's world. Hopefully, I'll be back much sooner with the next quest video, and I'll see you guys then. Take care.